children, today we are going to see can matter change its state. We have seen the three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. Now the question is, can a solid form of a matter, for example a solid form of ice, can it change into liquid form? Can the liquid ice or water change into gaseous form? The question is this. You all know the answer. Obviously it is yes. If a matter can change its state means what are the factors that are responsible for changing the state of matter? There are two physical factors that influence, that affects, physical factors that affects the change of state. The physical factors that affects, that influence, that plays a role in changing the state of matter are, one is temperature, another one is pressure. These are the physical quantities that decides the state of matter. For example, if you take water, at 25 degrees Celsius, water remains in liquid state. Water is, we are talking about water, at 25 degrees Celsius, it is in liquid state. If the temperature goes below or at 0 degrees Celsius, below 0 degrees Celsius, this water goes into solid state. If the temperature is above 100 degrees Celsius, then it goes into gaseous state. So, the temperature is mainly playing an important role in deciding the state of matter. Along with temperature, pressure also plays. For example, if you want to change solid to liquid, how can you change solid to liquid? You can, if you want to change solid to liquid, how can you change? By increasing the temperature or by decreasing the pressure. There are two factors, either by increasing the temperature or by decreasing the pressure. Now, can you change liquid to gas? Yes, that is also possible. How can you change liquid to gas? By increasing the temperature or by decreasing the pressure. See, for this, the pressure cooker works under this principle only. When rice is put in the pressure cooker and water is added, the water starts boiling at low temperature because the pressure there is increased. If you increase the pressure, the boiling point decreases. Water boils at low temperature itself. Now, can you change gas to solid? Yes, that is also possible. Similarly, you can change solid to gas and gas to solid. Let us see this one. How can you change solid to gas? Solid to gas can be changed by increasing the temperature or by decreasing the pressure. So, if you want to change solid to liquid, you have to increase the temperature or decrease the pressure, or by both the things also you can do it. Liquid to gas, same, increase the temperature or decrease the pressure. Here, solid to gas, increase the temperature or decrease the pressure. And can you change liquid to solid? Yes, it is also possible. How can you change liquid to solid? By reversing, decreasing the pressure, temperature, or by increasing the pressure. Okay? If you want to change solid liquid to solid, you have to decrease the temperature or increase the pressure. Can you change gas to liquid? Yes, that is also possible. How can you change? The same here, like here, by decreasing the temperature or by increasing the pressure. Can you change gas to solid? Yes, that is also possible. How? The same as you did for liquid to solid. Decreasing the temperature and increasing the pressure. So, all the three states of matter you can convert from one state of matter to another state of matter by having a control on these two physical factors. One is temperature, another one is pressure. Is it clear for you all? Now we are going to see the name of the process of changing of solid to liquid. When you change solid to liquid, this process of changing of solid to liquid is called as, what is the process of solid to liquid called as? Melting. You would have seen melting of ice. We are saying is that enough. The process of changing of solid to liquid is called as melting. Now, the process of changing of liquid to gas is called as vaporization. The process of changing of liquid to gas is called as vaporization. Now, there are some solids that on heating directly goes into gaseous state. Example for such solids are, you would have seen camphor at your home. Kapoor, camphor. Second one, naphthalene balls. Naphthalene, which you use to protect your winter clothes from insect bites. We use in toilets also. Naphthalene balls. Then one more compound, ammonium chloride. Ammonium chloride, it is a salt. Iodine. These are the substances that directly goes, when you heat it, you would have seen, when you heat this camphor, it directly goes into gaseous state without going into liquid state. Same for naphthalene balls, which is kept in your washroom. Few days after, if you see, the size of the naphthalene balls decreases or even they vanishes also. So the reason is that the naphthalene directly changes from solid to gaseous state. Ammonium chloride, it is a salt, iodine, and there is another one, that is dry ice. Dry ice is nothing but solid form of carbon dioxide. Solid carbon dioxide is called as dry ice. Why it is called as solid form of carbon dioxide called as dry ice means, when you this solid form of carbon dioxide looks like ice, but it is dry. That is why it is called as dry ice. Clear? These are the 5 substances and many more are there, but for you right now 5 substances are enough. These are the 5 substances that changes directly from solid to gaseous state without going into liquid state. And the name of this process is called as sublimation. What is this process called? Sublimation. I am writing it here. Solid to gas is called as sublimation. Now, it can be done in this way also. Liquid can be converted into solid. What is the name of the process is called as freezing or fusion. You can call it as freezing or fusion. Now next one, the process of changing of gas to liquid. Gas to liquid is called as condensation. This one is called as condensation. I am writing this one here. This process is called condensation. During water cycle, you would have read this term, condensation. Now, the process of changing of gas to solid directly. Again, these 5 substances, from gaseous form, if you decrease the temperature or increase the pressure, it directly goes into solid form. This process is called as deposition. What is this process called? Deposition. I am writing it here. Gas to solid is called as deposition. So these are the 6 terms that you have to remember. Solid to liquid is called as melting. Liquid to gas is called as vaporization. Gas to solid is called as sublimation. Now gas to solid. Gas to solid is called as deposition. Solid to gas is called as sublimation. Liquid to solid is called as freezing or fusion. Gas to liquid is called as condensation. These are the things that you have to remember. Got it, children? When you convert a solid to liquid, let me take an example. Take a beaker, and in this beaker you put some ice cubes, crushed ice cubes. Whenever you are going to take such activities, you have to take pure water. Pure water means distilled water. In chemistry, if I say water, it refers only to distilled water. Got it? Now, we have taken some ice cubes in a beaker. Now, you have to fit a thermometer in such a way that the bulb of the thermometer should remain in water. The bulb of the thermometer should remain in the crushed ice, but at the same time it should not touch the beaker. This is thermometer. And next you have to put a stirrer. What is the use of this stirrer? It is used to stir it. And these things, of course, you have to fit it with a stand. You have to take a stand, and with the help of the stand only you can fit this thermometer. Now, for example, I am going to heat this. When I heat it, I can see the change in temperature. Initially, what happens to the temperature? For example, initial temperature is minus 10 degrees Celsius. Then after that, on heating, the temperature keeps on increases. It goes to minus 9 degrees Celsius, then minus 8. In the same way, the temperature keeps on increases when the temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius. It remains constant. From minus 10 degree to 0 degrees Celsius, I am heating, the temperature is increasing. When you heat this, the temperature keeps on increasing, but when the temperature reaches 0 degrees Celsius, though you are heating, there is no rise in temperature. The temperature remains fixed till all the ice is converted into water. Till all the ice changes into water, till that time the temperature remains at 0 degree Celsius. Once if the ice changes into water, then the temperature keeps on increasing 1 degree, 10 degrees Celsius and so on. Got it? The reason here is why the temperature remains constant at 0 degrees Celsius means the heat that this temperature is called as melting point. What is this temperature called? Melting point. Melting point of the solid. Here 0 degrees Celsius is the melting point of ice. Actually, what is happening in that melting point means the solids are tightly packed. So the heat that we are supplying at the melting point is utilized by the solid particles to overcome the force of attraction and changes into the liquid state. Is it clear? At the melting point, actually what is happening means the temperature remains constant. Whatever the heat that we are giving, that heat is utilized by the solid particles to overcome the force of attraction between the particles, and once if the force of attraction is overcome, then they go into the liquid state. This is happening at the melting point. That is why the temperature does not increase. The temperature at which a solid changes into liquid state is called as melting point. Melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. You can find whether the given substance is pure or impure by finding their melting point. If the substance exactly melts at its melting point, then that substance is pure. If it does not melt at its melting point, then the substance is not pure. You can say it as impure. Is it clear for you all? Now, we are having a thermometer. Initially, I told that the thermometer should be kept in such a way that it should not touch the walls of the beaker. At the same time, it should not touch the bottom of the beaker, or you should not put the thermometer. While placing the thermometer, you have to take certain precautions. That is, one is that it should not touch the beaker. Second one is that you should put the bulb in such a way that it should remain in ice cubes only, crushed ice. It should not be above the ice cubes. Got it? And third thing is that thermometer should be put straight. Whenever you are noting down the temperature, it should be kept very straight. Got it or not? And the stirrer is for stirring. Whenever you have to take a temperature, you have to mix the whole content and take the temperature. Is it clear? This is an activity to find the melting point of ice. So melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature at which a solid changes into a liquid is called as melting